They have always stood by me. They have been there through it all, hanging tough and always supporting me, loving me. But not only that, they love Michigan. During this campaign, I had the feeling that they weren't just doing it for me, but they were doing it for you as well. Ladies and gentlemen, my friends, I give you my inspiration, the loves of my life, Terry Bernero and our daughters, Kelly and Virginia. My running mate, Southfield Mayor Brenda Lawrence, is another woman. Brenda Lawrence is another woman I've come to appreciate these past few months, and her granddaughter Asia is here with her tonight as well. The more I see her in action, the more I see why she is so popular. She's smart, effective leader, tough, yet extremely caring. Brenda, I'm proud to have run with you statewide. Well, we've come a long way, haven't we? When we started together 10 months ago, not many in the political establishment thought we would ever make it this far. We were told there was no way we would win the primary against an opponent with more money and more political clout. But we shocked them all. We staged an incredible come-from-behind landslide win that proved the pollsters and the prognosticators wrong. When we entered the general election down in the polls before we even began, you were undaunted. Again, we knew we'd be outspent by millions, but you dug in your heels and you fought like hell to prove the establishment wrong once again. It was a fight, my friends, worth fighting. It was a good fight. But it wasn't our time. A few minutes ago, I called Rick Snyder to congratulate him on being elected Michigan's next governor. Now wait. I offered my full support as he transitions into office, and I wish him and his family the best as they take on this enormous challenge, and I know you wish them the best as well. But congratulations also goes to you. You were the heart of this effort from start to finish. The way you fought was inspirational. I'll always be proud of the campaign we ran this year, proud of your determination and your passion. You fought not for me, but because you shared the belief that the government and the economy have to work for regular people, not just the folks on top. You know that for too long our leaders have been out of touch, making policies that work for the well-financed and well-connected, but don't mean a thing in most of our lives. For decades, leaders at the state capitol and in Washington have subscribed to the belief that if we take care of the folks at the top, some good will trickle down to the rest of us. I don't know about you, but I'm tired of being trickled on. You're here because you know we need to change course, that we need policies that stand for working people again. Whether you're white collar, blue collar, green collar, or no collar at all, union or non-union, or a small business owner, we all know that we've been working harder and harder, but our income and benefits are not keeping up with the cost of living. Our middle class way of life is eroding. The American dream is in jeopardy. And if you think I'm angry about that, you're damn right. We all should be angry. I'll never stop fighting. I'll never stop fighting for the America that brought my dad here from Italy. The America of hopes and dreams. The Michigan of opportunity. A strong middle class is the magic of Michigan and of America. It means families feel secure and hopeful about the future. But right now, almost 2 in every 3 Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. I laid out a specific plan called the Main Street Agenda to stand up for middle-class Michiganders and get our economy back on track. My plan focused on small businesses, standing up to Wall Street so our entrepreneurs could get capital to grow, and on manufacturing. Manufacturing is 20% of our economy. We've got to keep the P in GDP, gross domestic product, and continue to make products here. Advanced high-tech manufacturing are the jobs of the future. Whoever thinks that Michigan can thrive while we let all of our manufacturing go to China or to Mexico is dangerously mistaken. Our leaders need to understand free trade is not working for us. We should not throw up walls and stop trade altogether, but by God, we've got to stand up for ourselves. That means fighting for fair trade and demanding that we're competing on a level playing field. We need real protection for families facing unfair foreclosure because of Wall Street banks' mistakes and fraud, just like they have in 23 other states. And a tuition freeze so our young people can afford to achieve their dreams. And we must strengthen our public schools. We must demand a quality education for every child in Michigan, no matter where they live, because education is economic development. These are the same things I've fought for as mayor of Lansing. I love my job, and I'm proud of the way we've turned Lansing's economy around. Lansing is the fastest growing economy in Michigan. In fact, we're 7th in job growth in the nation. And just more than a week ago, I had the incredible opportunity to stand with Dan Ackerson, the new leader of General Motors, and UAW President Bob King, as we announced a new $200 million investment and over 600 new manufacturing jobs in Lansing, Michigan. It is something to cheer about. We're proving manufacturing can still happen in this country. We're proving every day that when government creates an environment where business and labor work together, and we can bring people together and compete and win in this global economy. While others were busy writing Michigan's epitaph, those of us working on the front lines every day in cities across this great state, we've had our shoulders to the wheel, seizing opportunities for new investments and new jobs, grinding out wins and getting results. We're making a difference. We've already begun turning Michigan around, and we're just getting started. We're going to keep fighting for people on Main Street because those are the values we all share. I've been fighting for Main Street well before this campaign began. Before I was mayor, I fought for the middle class. I fought for the middle class when no one was watching, and then sometimes when a few people were watching. Because that's who I am, and that's where I come from. It's what I'll always do, stand up for Main Street. I know it's what you'll always do, too. Our campaign may end tonight, but our work standing up for regular people will go on. Mr. Snyder will soon be governor. Now he has promised to govern as a moderate, to be like Bill Milliken, not like John Engler. If he does, and he creates policies good for all Michiganders, not just the few at the top, I promise I will partner with Rick Snyder and work with him hand in hand, and I'll call on you to support him as well. But if that doesn't happen, you and I will be watching, won't we? My friends, it's the public's job to hold our leaders accountable. And the state capitol needs to be more accountable to people starting now. Because this is the fight of our lives. Michigan is facing possibly the worst crisis in our state's history. We must not root for the failure of the other side. We must root for the success of Michigan. We can't afford to disagree just to be disagreeable. But nor should we agree with dangerous or destructive policy just to be agreeable. We will never agree to the weakening or dismantling of top-quality public education for all of our children. We will never agree to policies that further erode the middle class or create barriers to those climbing the lower rungs of the economic ladder. We will never agree to tax cuts for the rich while the middle class struggle to make ends meet. And we will never agree to hand over the keys of the kingdom to the Wall Street fat cats and banksters to ride roughshod over our people and pillage Main Street in the name of unbridled greed. And we will not agree to wave the white flag of surrender over our great manufacturing base and see our standard of living outsourced and offshored to any foreign country. My dad, Giulio, came here from Italy in 1948 for the American dream. America was a place where a person could do anything if they worked hard enough. And Michigan was at the top. We were the arsenal of democracy. We made the things that made America great. We can again. But we have to keep fighting for a strong middle class.